I'm looking to sell USD card from this level right here, and I'm expecting price to fill this imbalance here. Let's see how it goes. Now, for some reasons, people don't try to talk about the emotions, or let me say, the psychology that truly is on the chart. For example, how do I have to act like I don't care if price goes to my stop loss? How do I have to act like I don't really care about the retracement that price is making? How do I have to pretend like I don't care if I lose the money? Those are the real psychology on the chart. That is easy to analyze the chart and say price is going to buy or price is going to sell. What happens when you execute that trade and simply watch price simply go to your profits or go to your stop loss? Those are the real psychology on the chart. And only a few persons, or if at all self, nobody really talk about those emotions. And I'm going to kind of explain or show you how I'm able to handle that in this video. By the way, I'm going to show you the result of that particular trade that I showed earlier on by the end of this video. Now, like a soldier in the army, that once you see a soldier in the army, the reason why he is a soldier is not because of the uniform he's wearing. It's because of the training that he has gone through that made him a soldier in the army. And that is same thing for a trader. That once you see a trader, the reason he's a trader is not because he knows how to analyze the chart, or because he has a broker account, or because he has trading view in his laptop or in his phone. The reason he's a trader is because he has gone through the training that requires him to be a trader. Just like the training that requires a soldier to be an army. Now, once you see any soldier at all, he must have gone through a training that is built on time and process. And this time and process is dependent on discipline and endurance. The ability to endure the process that enables you to become a soldier. Now, for a trader, the reason why you're a trader is because you have been able to go through the training that requires time and process, which is built on consistency and discipline. This is the reason why you're a trader. Have you been able to go through that training that enables you to become a trader? This AC should not. Now, what is that training that you need to go through that enables you to become a trader? And this training that is built on consistency and discipline, what is it? Now, I'm going to make you understand the training that you need to go through for you to become a real trader. And this is not just a bullshit talk of consistency and discipline. I'm going to give you a practical example in this video. Now, remember I said for a soldier, it is built on endurance and discipline. And for a trader, it is built on consistency and discipline. Now, the reason why I'm trying to make this analogy using a soldier and a trader is for you to get the whole point or the context of what I'm trying to explain in this video. That a soldier has to endure the pains that he's going through for a long period of time for him to become a soldier. That when you see him going through some kind of training that is painful, it's not if it's not paining him, but he's enduring the pains for him to be that soldier. And over a long period of time, those pains become part of him, that even if that pain is coming to him, he's now used to the pain that has become normal. This is how soldiers are built, right? Now, on the other hand, look at a trader. That the reason why you should be a trader is because you have gone through a training of consistency to identify patterns, and not only technical patterns, but psychological patterns that makes you to lose money. And I'm going to give myself an example for you in this video. That when I was coming up, the reason why I wasn't really making money was the fact that I was too scared to lose money. I was being overly careful not to lose money. And patterns that I could recognize through consistency was the fact that whenever I enter a trade and price moves more to my take profit, I'm closing up immediately. I'm not letting price move my take profit. And if price started retracing to my stop loss, I quickly closed with loss, trying to be careful. I was overly careful to not lose money, and I was overly careful to not see price giving me small profit and retracing back to my stop loss. I was too careful. And for me, this is my own story, but it might be different from you, that you don't have a good technical analysis, or you don't have maybe your own patterns or whatever it is that's hindering you from making money in the forex market. Now I was able to identify this pattern through consistent practice, through consistency. Remember, it is built on consistency and discipline, and for a soldier it is built on endurance and discipline. Now it's the consistency to trading that made me identify the pattern that was making me lose money. That once I take a trade, I'm being careful, like I really care if price is going to my take profit, and I really care if price is going to my stop loss. I'm concerned about the retracement, and with all of this concern and carefulness, I tend to cut my profit short and probably make more losses, or even make some emotional decisions afterwards. This is the real part of trading, and the only way you can be able to change a bad habit is to form a new habit. Now I understood that bad habit, I understood that bad behavior I was doing towards the chart, and I was able to identify it through consistency, and then formed the opposite. Because you cannot completely eliminate bad habits, but the only way you can change a bad habit is to simply replace it with a good habit. And when I identified that my habit of caring too much about my stop loss, caring too much about retracement, was cutting my profit short and making me not to make money in forex markets, I simply changed those habits to become a good habit by simply not caring about what price does. That means even if price is going to my stop loss, I really did not care. Like I really did not care about the retracement. I really did not care about price stopping me out and me losing the money. I really did not care. I really did not care. And just like an army, that you have to go through those training for a long period of time and get used to it. And even if it's paining you, you're already getting used to the pain already. Same thing is applicable to a trader, that even if you are pretending like you don't care, there will be a point where you simply be like you don't really care again. It's just as simple as that. That over a long period of time, you're simply getting to used to pretending like you don't care. That price is simply going to stop loss, okay. Price is going to TP, okay. And with this, you can be able to track your performance to see how good or how bad your technical analysis has been over a long period of time. Remember, I always used to present trading to you as a business that is a form of production. You're producing setups in batch. For example, in my last video, I explained how a businessman approaches a business that produces spaghetti, and I used an analogy in that video to explain to you how I approach trading. I'm not really worried about the loss now, but I'm worried about the outcome after a specific amount of trade. For example, I want to trade $100 account and say, okay, I'm going to only take 5 trades in this particular $100 account. I don't care if 1 is lost, 2 is lost, or 3 is lost, but I really care how the 5 performed. What was the mistake I made? What was the profit I made? I really care about the outcome after a specific amount of trading. That I don't measure my performance with a specific trade, but I measure it with a compounded amount of trade. And as a beginner, you have to be able to compound 100 trades for you to be able to get used to what it is as trading is. And it's difficult. It's very difficult. It's not as easy as I'm explaining to you, or it's not as easy as I'm making it look like. I know most times you guys might watch my video and see that, oh, this thing is it's not as easy as that. That you might have the analysis correctly, but what about the executions? These are the difficult parts that requires a very good mentor for you to be able to achieve what you're looking for in trading. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It doesn't happen overnight. You have never seen a soldier go through training for 2 days and become a soldier. No, it requires a long period of time for him to actually be a soldier. Likewise, trading, it requires a specific amount of time for you to be a trader. Now, let me show you how the trade played out. So you see that most times, this is how real trading really is as a forex trader. This is how price played out. And as you can see, price simply went to our take profit, right? Price simply went to our take profit. Now let's try and do like a self-analysis on this particular trade. Let's reanalyze this trade and see or try and identify what I could have done good or what I could have done better. Now, at the beginning of this video, I talked about psychology, right? I talked about emotions or probably the real trading psychology as on the chart. Now, if you look closely, price gave us this huge retracement to the upside that almost got to our stop loss, right? Had it been I was still a newbie, I would have simply panicked and closed this trade with a loss because I wouldn't want price with my stop loss and I'll manually close it for myself. But as you can see, price gave us this huge retracement and price still went down to our take profit. And because I've understood patterns, or let me call it psychological patterns, I simply had confidence to hold this trade to this particular level here, to get our take profit without having to close the trade or checking out. Now let's look at our technical analysis aspect too that gave me more confidence to be able to hold this trade. Now, if you look closely here, I identified 3 points here, right? This one, this first point here, this level here, and then this level here. Now, these three levels is simply my entries and my stop loss. That here is simply a good entry, here is simply the best entry, and here is simply the best stop loss, right? That means this my execution is simply built on the good entry, the best entry, and the best stop loss. And the only thing I can trust right now is simply the best stop loss, right? I can only trust this best stop loss because if price take out the stop loss, I'm assuming that price is likely going to continue to the buys, right? Now, here also is also a good entry, right? But here is the best entry. I knew that price was simply going to take out the liquidity first before price continues to downside. So when price was giving us this retracement, I was not panicking. I was not scared, right? I was a bit confident that price was simply going to take out the liquidity here before price continues to downside. That even if I enter from this point here, there will be a point where price is going to take out this liquidity before price continue to sell. And price just did exactly that. Now, as you can see, price simply went straight to our take profit. This is just the psychology that enables you to stay strong in this trade. Pretend like you don't care and truly don't care, truly don't care. And like I said earlier on, like a soldier, it requires training for you to be able to act like you don't really care what price is doing because money is at stake. We have to just pretend like you don't really care and let price do whatever you want to do. That's all for this video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.